You are now tuned in with your favorite dark-skinned friend with a beard, Unity.
Indeedo. Once again, man, welcome back. You heard it. It's your favorite dark-skinned friend with a beard, Unity. If you're from Florida, you didn't see me DJ before, you know where that come from. Anyways, this video, we're going to be reacting to Nicolas Maduro, saying that he is a prisoner of war in his first court hearing in New York City today. If you don't know who Nicolas Maduro is, that is the Venezuelan president that was picked up, him and his wife, in that raid in Venezuela that Donald Trump just executed, I think last week or whatever. It's a lot of controversy going on about this. I usually don't do politics. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't get into the politics. But this is an interesting video, I feel like. I haven't seen it yet. Every video we watch it for the first time together. So we all reacting the same exact way. But the title of this says, Ousted Venezuelan President Maduro claims he is prisoner of war in New York court hearing. He says, Nicolas Maduro in a New York courtroom Monday, where he pleaded not guilty to charges related to narco-terrorism. Maduro telling the judge he was kidnapped and a prisoner of war after a weekend raid by the Trump administration. The raid raising new questions about President Trump's war powers and whether the seizure required congressional approval. With more on the raid, what's next, and also on the future of healthcare premiums, Cher Calvin and Micah Ullman are joined by Congressman Amy Barra, a member of the House of Intelligence and Armed Services Committee. This was today. They just posted this video 2 hours ago. Shout out to at KTLA, the CW. We're going to be watching this video because of them. They're the ones that got it. We're going to react to it, all right? Once again, man, appreciate y'all stopping in, dropping in. Make sure y'all press that like button. Comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on none of the new streams. And yeah, we are live on YouTube and Twitch right now at the same time. Let me check, make sure everything on the up and up. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Let's go ahead and keep running these numbers up. I had 190 followers like 2 days ago, and now I have 223 followers. So what's that, 33 followers in 2 days? So I appreciate y'all tuning in, helping your boy get his stuff together. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything that y'all want to react to or you want me to cover, you know what I'm saying, feel free to leave something in the comments. Put a W in the comments so I know exactly who's in here, because I do want to talk to each and every one of y'all. Yeah. Okay, so we are good on YouTube. I'm just checking the Twitch real quick. Make sure the Twitch is live and ready to go. I'm loving it. All right, let's see. Twitchy. Yep, and it says we are live on Twitch. If you don't have Twitch, hold on, let me go ahead and share the screen with y'all so y'all can see what's going on. Share my screen. Indeedo. Alrighty, let's switch y'all up. You go on that side, switch. Let me show y'all real quick, but Twitch. This is my channel right here. Oh man. Go ahead and put that on. I don't want no echoes. All right. But it's at Unity. I need 7 more followers to go. So if y'all can go ahead and follow your boy on Twitch, that's at EUNITEE. You feel me? There you go, right there. Unity. And on Facebook, on YouTube, it's at Unitizzle. EUNITIZZLE. You'll see it in a minute. Hold on. I can always come back to that. There you go. Unitizzle. EUNITIZZLE. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe to both channels, YouTube and Twitch, man. That way you can catch me on for any stream, no matter what platform that you on, okay? Let's start this over. I gotta put this on mute because I don't want no echo. All right. There we go. Appreciate the 2 people over here on the Twitch so far. Shout out to my people on the YouTube channel as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. And let's get this video started.
Venezuelan president. Dad is a prisoner of war.
He and his wife were arraigned on charges of drug trafficking and narco-terrorism. They both entered a plea of not guilty. Angelique Concaday live in the KTLA News Center with the latest. Angelique.
Well, Sharon Micah, sketches from inside a Manhattan courtroom today show Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro wearing a blue jail suit. Now, it was his first court appearance since his capture on Saturday. He told the judge, "I am a decent man, the president of my country." Calling himself the president of Venezuela, ousted Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores pleaded not guilty to federal drug trafficking and other charges they both face, appearing in court for the first time since their U.S. capture on Saturday.
We need total access.
On Sunday, President Trump doubled down that he's going to run Venezuela and tap its oil reserves. Meanwhile, today, former Vice President Delcy Rodriguez.
That's what this whole thing was about in the first place. That fool Trump is such. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he got going on, but he's always been one of those characters that just don't give a F. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we only went over there to go get that. What was it? 90 billion in reserves, or 1.9 billion in oil reserves, or something like that. That's the reason why we even went over there. And now we throwing this little hiccup on Maduro, calling him a dictator and all this other type of stuff, because at the end of the day, we just wanted that oil. I mean, there was a question to Donald Trump, literally, that said, "So what are you going to do with the oil?" He said, "We're going to keep it. We might sell some. At the end of the day, it's ours. We're keeping this, and we're going to run Venezuela." So he on some straight gangster stuff right now.
Rodriguez was sworn in as interim president of Venezuela.
That's his. Yeah,
this morning, the United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting where several countries, including Brazil, Cuba, and Mexico, denounced the Trump administration's military actions and killed 32 Cubans.
The acceptance of actions of this nature would inexorably lead to a scenario marked by violence, disorder, and the erosion of multilateralism, to the detriment of international.
Oh, we was over there bombing for real.
The capture of President Maduro has drawn mixed reaction in Washington.
Ironically and dangerously, the chaos Donald Trump has engendered in Venezuela leads him on, in his mind, to think he should try the same thing in Colombia, in Iran, even in Greenland.
Oh, man. So now it's about to be a domino effect. That fool Donald, like, look, we take Venezuela, we taking them all down. Taking them all. If y'all got some resources, we coming.
Speaker Mike Johnson addressing the operation for the first time today before heading into a classified briefing to select lawmakers.
W's in the chat, Twitch. W's in the chat. W's in the chat, YouTube.
Consent of Congress, prior authorization of Congress. It required notification of Congress.
It's our first commercial. Hold on.
Try on cash. Listen up. Okay, here you can get the 5.
It required notification of Congress.
Hold on. I'm over here pressing every button but the button that I'm supposed to. Give me 2 seconds. There you go. Bring this back. This thing tried to take off on me. Gotta go back to where, yeah, there you go. He was speaking. All right, let's go.
And tonight, there have been reports we've been hearing of gunfire.
Prior consent of Congress, prior authorization of Congress, it required notification of Congress.
And tonight, there have been reports we've been hearing of gunfire heard near Venezuela's presidential palace.
There we go. We line back
in
up.
what capacity at this point? Something about potentially drones. Tensions obviously still high. For now, Angela Cockday in the News Center. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Angelique. California Congressman Ami Bera sits on the House Committee on Foreign Relations and the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and joins us now with more. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's start with at 30,000 feet here, your reaction to this weekend's seizure of Nicolas Maduro and what it means for both the people of Venezuela and the United States.
Look, Nicolas Maduro was not a good person. He was a bad leader. He's an illegitimate leader of Venezuela.
Okay.
That said, if this leads to a better outcome for the people of Venezuela, that's a good thing. The fact that Congress was not involved in this, there was no prior notification, discussion with Congress. I think that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And I also think a discussion of what comes next, because we have tried regime change before and it's never come out in a good way. So again, President Trump going it alone is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, with
Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth briefed congressional.
Yeah, like since when can they make those type of decisions without having to consult with the Congress? I thought that's what Congress and the Senate was all about, so that they could be able to. If the president decides that he wants to do something, and it's too far gone, they got to convene and like come up and have to agree with him. I didn't know that he could just go off on his own and do whatever the hell he want. POTUS is wild.
Leadership today. The full House is set to be briefed Wednesday. What do you hope or need to learn?
Well, so I would go back to they briefed us right before the holiday recess, and we point blank asked them in a classified setting, do you intend to do regime change? Do you intend to have strikes in Venezuela? And they said no. So they misled us. I expect they will get those questions when we get briefed on Wednesday. I think they will also have questions about what next. What is his leadership? Are you going to put troops on the ground in Venezuela? What does the president mean when he says America is now running Venezuela? Define that.
Right.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, defended the U.S. military action at the UN today, saying that the U.S. is not occupying Venezuela and that the operation was not an attack, but a use of force to assist law enforcement operation to arrest a narco trafficker. Now, does that change your stance on whether the president needed congressional authorization?
No.
You know, they're going to say that this was a criminal operation. You know, I don't buy that. I think you're better off working with Congress, even if we disagree. At the end of the day, we're putting American troops, men and women, in harm's way. The military performed admirably. They did a great job going in and extricating Maduro. I'm more worried about the what next. What happens if there's a plan in place, if there's a succession plan, if conversations have taken place with the vice president, who's now the interim president, if there's conversations with generals in Venezuela, read Congress in on that. And then you might find more folks supporting what this transition looks like. But again, it's been crickets from the administration.
Do you worry about precedent that has been set in recent years? It's true that President Trump did not get congressional authorization for this strike, but neither did President.
And it's crazy because he didn't just go get Maduro. He got his wife too. He said, y'all both coming. Both of y'all responsible. Both of y'all are horrible leaders. So we're going to take both of y'all to New York and we're going to still take all your oil. Dang.
Biden for the drone strike that killed al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri in 2022, nor did President Obama for the airstrikes in Libya that eventually set in motion the killing of Gaddafi.
You know what? I do think congressional authority has been ceded. Now, those prior strikes under Biden, under Obama, and even some of the strikes that President Trump did in his first term, they were done under the authorization to use military force that allowed folks to go into Iraq and Afghanistan. So Congress has to do its part as well to rein in some of this. I think you'll see some of us talking about this on the floor next week.
So beyond the framing that was a law enforcement operation, there's also been allegations that this is over oil. But you allege that part of the intent of...
Hold on, let me pause that. This is definitely about some oil, man. At the end of the day, then he was just so nonchalant about it. He was just like, "Nope, that's what we're here for."
the Maduro ouster is to ramp up deportations. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so certainly we don't have to speculate on whether this was about oil because President Trump has said as much. So I'll take him at face value. I also, again, this is just my opinion, but there's over 700,000 Venezuelans here on temporary protected status, refugees. I do think, based on prior actions, that President Trump wants to also now send those folks back to Venezuela. Again, that's my opinion. He has not said that, but I would be worried if I was a Venezuelan here on TPS status.
So what's your impression of what may be next on the broader global stage? Are there more dominoes to fall as we hear from leaders of Denmark and Greenland, the president warning governments in Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia they could be next? What do you see?
You know, I think that is a dangerous scenario. I've talked to the Danish ambassador. I've talked to the representative from Greenland. There's no imminent threat from Greenland. They're more than willing to allow us to put more bases in there to bring companies in to go after critical minerals and have a bigger presence. So there's no justification to that. Yeah, Mexico is a valued ally. We're working very closely with them to go after the cartels. Again, let's try to stabilize Venezuela before we do anything else.
I'm telling you.
Since you're a physician, let's touch on this subject, healthcare. Even while we have you, health insurance premiums are set to soar after ACA subsidies expired on December 31st, as we know, as House appropriators release a spending package to fund the government past January 30th. So what exactly is next for this fight? Is there a movement?
And it's crazy because health insurance is already high as hell. So the fact that they are about to raise the insurance premiums even higher, it's like, bruh, it's like, I don't understand it. Every other country, there's free healthcare. You go to Spain, you get free healthcare. You're not walking into no place and they turning you away because you're sick. If they can help, they can help. Here, if you ain't got no insurance or you ain't got no type of money, they'll send you away. They rather us die. That's crazy. If you don't pay, you don't breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, But this is the land of the free and the land of opportunity and all this other kind of stuff. But it's crazy.
So, all the Democrats came together and we were able to get 4 Republicans to sign a discharge petition. We're expecting to have a vote on extending these subsidies for 3 years, hopefully on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. I hope more Republicans join with us on that because, again, at a time where families can't put food on the table, pay their rent, pay their utility bills, this is the worst time possible to have this healthcare increase.
Congressman Ami Bera, we appreciate your perspective. Good of you to take the time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Be well.
You too.
That part. All right, man. Boom. Okay, well, that was a short video, but at the end of the day, man, I mean, what y'all think? Y'all think that what you call it, Trump went over there to really go help the citizens of Venezuela to get them out of a bad situation with a bad leader, or did we just go over there or did he just go over there because he wanted to steal the oil? Because we need that too. You feel me? Gas prices out here are ridiculous. I'm trying to tell you, from Florida to California. So I can't even imagine, you know what I'm saying, anywhere else how gas was like $5 a gallon over here and more. So yeah, I don't know. I'm Team USA all day. You know what I mean? But only when it's on the side of us actually doing what's right for the people and for all the people, not just, our people. I'd rather us help us first. because this is where we at, and you got to take care of home first. But going over and just taking over other people's lands and messing up their way of life, that ain't a cool thing. So hopefully, things turn out the way that they're supposed to turn out, and Trump don't go on a power binge and just start invading a bunch of other countries, thinking that we can just run. We always been bullies, but you just need to leave other people alone, man. Anyways, let me get out of this screen here. If y'all like this video, it's a little different from what I usually do. I usually don't get into the politics, you know what I'm saying? But if you actually do like the video, make sure you press the like button, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the new live streams. Also, we got merch all day, every day, LLC.net. As you can see, ADED. That's my company. I started it in July of 2025. So we've been going for like 6 months now. I appreciate all the love and support thus far. But if you haven't checked us out, this is where you can go. You feel me? All day, every day, LLC.net. I know y'all see that big old cloud graphic behind me right here. It's also that's the mascot for the company. You feel me? We got a whole collection called the cloud graphic. We got onesies for the babies. Got purses for the ladies. Look at this purse. It's cool as hell. And I designed all of this. You know what I'm saying? I designed each and every one of these pieces. So I hope you guys will enjoy and become part of the ADED family. I got more than just cloud graphics. You know what I'm saying? But we got bathing suits. We got shirts for the kids, dresses for the ladies, socks. Them socks comfortable as hell. I got them. Backpacks. It's one of my favorite backpacks right here. I also got this one right. I got this one in the room right now. Hard, cuz you don't think it's hard. I just think you're being a hater. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't hesitate. Go to the site. Go check me out. All day, every day, LLC.net. And once again, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. Make sure you try to tell a friend to tell a friend. And
You have now tuned in with your favorite dark-skinned friend with a beard.
that part for me, Espanol. Este parte. You feel me? Until next time, man. I'll see y'all later. One love.